All right. What are we doing on his case? Because he has a new case.
I understand, Your Honor. I learned that he had a new case this morning. Though I did respond to a motion. We can talk about that in just a moment, Your Honor. With regard to this case itself, we are asking to set for a preliminary examination on it.
Yeah.
So on the case ending in, what is that, 5548, discovery is complete on that case, to your knowledge, Mr. Bellinger?
Your Honor, after talking to my client, it makes more sense to likely to keep the cases together. We're going to have to adjourn on this time.
I'd be setting this out to the 6th then, right? All right, so on that matter, I'll adjourn his probable cause to May 6, 2025. That's a Tuesday, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
As to his other case.
As to his other case, Your Honor, we will waive a phone at this time. My understanding is that he hasn't been arraigned on that.
Pardon?
My understanding is that he has not been arraigned on that.
He has not been arraigned. It's brand new here. So that's correct, right? I don't see him being.
He has not been arraigned.
All right, defendant having waived formal reading standing, the court will enter a not guilty plea. As to bond in this case.
For our after bond, I am requesting a $150,000 bond. This is just one case. He will have 2 additional cases coming that need to be sworn out by the Violent Police Department that involved a 14-year-old. This case that he's being currently arraigned on involves the sexual assault of a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old. Having his ongoing behavior, and now this is the only 4 CSE cases he has. So I'm just wanting $150,000 cash bond. I would also request a no contact order with the 2 minor victims, Audrey Robinson and Ruby Turner.
All right. I will order the no contact. If you could write those names out for me and get them to me so we can prepare the order. I'll order no contact with those individuals. Mr. Bellinger, anything you want to say regarding bond in this case?
Regarding bond, Your Honor, my client's been out since the beginning of this month. I'm informed he hasn't done anything. There's been no allegations. There's been no allegations suggesting that he's violated bond. He has no problem with no contacts. We would ask that the court set a PR for this. If alternatively, we would ask for a home confinement tether. I think that would keep the community in concerns for safety. He's not a flight risk. He's showing up today. So I would just ask for a PR, again, alternatively, a home confinement tether or GPS.
The new cases that are coming, those are CSCs also?
Correct.
And CSCs, what degree? Thirds. What I'm going to order is a condition of bond. There to be no possession or consumption of alcohol or any illegal drugs, including any use of recreational marijuana. He's to submit to drug testing as requested. He's not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. He's not to possess, purchase a firearm, ammunition, or other dangerous weapon. He's not to assault, terrorize, frighten, intimidate, threaten, or harass, molest, or stalk anyone. I will indicate the no contact provisions with the 2 individuals listed by the people. He's not to have any contact with them except with a civil standby if that is appropriate in this case. He's not to have or attempt to have any direct or indirect contact with those individuals. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
That's either in person or through others. You understand that? You're also not to have any communication by electronic means, that is including by phone, email, texting, internet, or social media. You understand that? You are also not to refer to the persons listed in any form online. You understand that? Was there a prohibited address at all, or I don't? Is the Hitchingham a prohibited address? Happened at a, excuse me? What kind of school?
After we'll go through the minor victims addresses, but I'm not going to put that up.
Okay. I'll indicate these not to go to the minor victims' addresses, and those will be provided to the court by the people. And we'll,
Ron, I'd also like to make a broader request that he have no contact with any minors.
yes, I think that that's appropriate. Any response to that, Mr. Bellin?
No, Your Honor, my client would agree to that.
You are to have no contact with anyone under the age of 18. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
I will also indicate that you're not to go to the addresses which will be supplied to the court of these minor victims. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
You are also not to violate any criminal law. You're to personally appear for all court hearings or other places as directed by the court. As indicated, also, there should be no contact with anyone under the age of 18 years of age. You understand all of those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, sir.
Let me just ask a question in reference to his bond. These are overlapping incidents. Is that the original one he's here occurred, it's alleged to have occurred April 19th. I then have these April 19th, 2024. And these also occurred in 2024. Is that correct?
The case that he is here on PCC on is a different victim.
Right.
And then the case that he's being raised on right now is 2 additional victims. And then the 2 cases that are coming includes 1 of the victims that he's being raised on.
Got it.
3 total victims.
Okay. 3 total. Okay, I understand that. Were the ones from Milan, are those also from 2024 or are they more recent?
Also from 2020.
Got it. Anything else you want to say regarding bond?
Nothing other than what I stated, Your Honor. My client would agree to all of those conditions. Again, I'm not concerned about this blank here. And if I didn't already ask, Your Honor, I would just ask to be appointed on the new case.
What I will indicate, first of all, in the case that I've adjourned out to the April 17th date, I will also set a probable cause conference in the other matter for, well, to May 6th. I will set a probable cause conference on the new case for May 6th. I don't have that form in front of me for whatever reason, but we'll get it. Oh, there it is. I got it. So I'll set his probable cause conference for May 6, 2025 at 9 a.m. on that case. I will, in looking at everything in these other 2 cases coming down, those just need to be sworn out and they're coming down.
That's correct. I'll follow up with them today to make sure that's right.
All right. On the case that he's originally appearing here on, the case 5548, hearing this new information, the court is going to increase the defendant's bond in that case to $100,000 cash surety. All of the conditions on that case will remain in effect. on the other case, now alleging other victims, but all from 2024, and I can understand that and appreciate that. I'm going to set the defendant's bond, knowing that these other two cases are coming, in the amount of $250,000 cash surety on that case. And counsel, I will be, once the other cases come, once we get back, hopefully on the 6th, if those all come down, I'll be more than happy to take a look at everything again. But at this point, I think that it's appropriate that the bond be set in that amount.
Yeah.
At this time, defendant's remanded.
Did we sign the,
Here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your Honor, as to the motion that the people submitted, I'm sorry.
Yes, as to the motion to redact.
I just wanted to inform the court that I wasn't aware that it was on the 1515 case that you hadn't been appointed, that we hadn't been appointed on yet. I have no learning that all the alleged victims are minors in that case. I have no problem with that. I talked to the prosecution about the potential for a protective order in the future. So.
All right. So what I will do is I will order those names redacted. I think we will accept in the amended complaint as our normal course. So we'll have to make sure that we'll just do the redaction.
I just want to contact. I'll ask later.
No, I wanted.
Amended information were sent to the court.
Yeah, so we have the amended information, and then what I'll do, either strike through it. I need an order redacted so that our files, we can just strike.
Perfect.
Anyway.
I'm asking for an adjournment today. I understand there's an outstanding video. I'd like to address violence at the appropriate time.
Probable cause conference, May 1st, 2025, 9 a.m. As to bond.
Asked about who had previously failed to prove that he did turn himself in. He was unable to have that previous hearing because he was in Detroit and couldn't make it out here. He did make his way to a bus and get, well, he tells me he walked all the way from Detroit, but he did turn himself into jail. They did set another probable cause hearing. And so I'm asking that he be released on appeal back. He knows that
When did he turn himself in?
The 4th.
4th of April?
Yes.
So it took him 3 months to walk from Detroit?
Can I address that, sir?
Sure.
My sister told me, come to Detroit for the holiday. Girl took me 7/24, 7/25, not. Every day after that was regular review. I told her to come. She would not take me back to Detroit. She would not take, she said she would. So when I seen that you called me here for reasons that I should have thought about y'all. March 18th, I called my baby mama. I said, look, they just dropped me off at the Greyhound. And Greyhound said 4:30. I missed that. They said I had to wait till 11:30. So I said, my daughter sent me $25 to George. I said, well, you might have to walk. And I walked. And then my feet was hurting, my back was hurting, I waited a few days. I said, I time myself. Friday, I time myself.
he told me the same story, right? It seems very truthful. So the fact that he actually got to the jail and turned himself in, he's trying to take care of this.
And I tried to turn myself in Detroit. When I stopped Detroit police, I got a bench warrant. They told me, they said, you got a misdemeanor bench warrant. If you think it's going to take you to the county jail, Washington County comes to pick you up. That's not. So I walked back. Then I turned myself in.
Four months later. 4 months later.
She was bringing me back. I didn't know how.
Took some time, but he did eventually turn himself in.
Miss Landy.
For the record, Your Honor, the information I'm reviewing in X jail does seem to reflect that he did surrender on April 4th at the jail which is very good. Unfortunately, it appears he has 3 other pending cases that he has bonds on in this county, which are a retail fraud, I think that's 14B, and then 2 larcenies. Also, 14B, 2021, 2023, and 2024 benefits. So I just wanted to have that information. This is not the only case that's holding him. Each of those cases has a $100 bond.
I think he's gonna need to address those bonds, if I don't get these other videos.
Anything else?
Not sure how long the videos would take to be obtained, so I'm just asking for a short adjournment.
I gave you the short adjournment, May 1st, 2025, 9 a.m. Motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you.